Season 24, Amazing Race, Episode 1, Gord and Wayne recap. Excellent start. Wow.
Really good start.
He was eliminated before he even got started.
Oh, that was kind of, that was pretty sad. I mean,
touching.
It was very touching.
Wow.
The first, 10, 15 minutes of the show were very touching. And poor Bopper, heart goes out to Bopper. You get in and you're all ready to go. And the night before, they run you off to the hospital and say, oh, guess what? You have an inflamed pancreas and you can't run.
Can't run the race. I know.
Could have been worse. Could have been having a heart attack. So, on the upside, it's just a pancreas.
Yeah.
But he still can't run.
And better to catch that before the race
Exactly.
than after the race.
Yeah. Had that happened in China, this would be a whole other issue.
Yeah.
So,
And
the upside, Mark gets to run with Mallory. So now we have the Kentucky M&Ms.
yeah, we're not sure how that's going to work because he doesn't know Mallory that
No,
well.
and
Like Bopper, they know each other. It's
They
like
know
you
each
and
other.
I, we know each other, but then he's like, here's something new you don't know.
Yeah. Run with the blonde.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They seem to get along. Looks like a good start. But like she said, it was at the airport where she says that, we'll learn things about each other, like our last names.
Like our last name. Yeah. There you go. So yeah, we'll see what happens. They play well, but it's still the dynamic is gone.
That's
between
right.
Bopper and Mark.
So we'll see how the new dynamic with Mark and Mallory works.
Okay. Yeah.
How about the other teams? What did you think of the overall start after?
The start was great, and the start afterwards was kind of cool. They went to China.
Yeah.
They had to go find this huge wedding store street.
One of three wedding
massive.
stores. Yeah, there's a whole area of wedding stores. So I guess a street of wedding stores, and they had to find three specific ones.
Yes.
And they couldn't do it. Some of them, the Twinnies were still wandering about and following around the Afghanimals.
Got lost.
Oh yes, the Twinnies got lost again, and following the Afghanimals who almost had their own new race wife set up.
That was fun. The Twinnies and the Afghanimals really loud. I had to turn my TV down because they were so loud.
Yeah.
It was kind of annoying.
I had to mute them when they were on the later on.
Oh,
in the
I
episode.
did mute them. Yes.
Yeah. But as soon as the Twinnies left the Afghanimals, he said, we're going to follow the blondes. All of a sudden, the Afghanimals find the right bridal store, get the clue, and they're out of there.
They're out of there. Yeah.
So, obviously, they may need to reevaluate how they run the race this time, not dragging along another team.
No.
Yeah.
Just do your own thing. Like the Cowboys. The Cowboys did well.
The Cowboys did really well.
Did their race.
Yeah.
They took the metro. They got their thing. They didn't care about anybody else.
They just ran, and they just went. And I thought they had misread the clue at the beginning because when I was listening and I'm writing at the same time and I had caught that they had to take a cab to the wedding thing, I had missed it, metro or cab. So I thought, ooh, maybe they made a mistake here.
Yeah.
But they didn't, because everybody took the metro and nobody got penalized.
No,
for it,
some
so
people took the cab, but the metro
I
seemed
think
to
it
work
was
fastest.
three of them that took the cab. Yeah.
But metro usually works faster than cab. That's my opinion.
And you can get off
my
the metro and
experience.
get on the right one if you're on the wrong one.
And it's cheap.
It's cheap.
Like probably $1 instead of $28.
Exactly.
Like Chinese dollars.
So everybody eventually gets all the stuff out of the wedding.
Yep.
The wedding stores, and they get to the Canton Tower, which is this nice horizontal Ferris wheel. It just goes around. You get these little bubble cars that goes around the top of the tower. Awesome view.
It was fun, nice view, but then they're going like,
but it's
try
a 25-minute view.
Yeah.
So if you pick the wrong car, you get to sit there for half an hour.
Like many of them did. Like the Cowboys did in the beginning, the Twinnies did at the end. They just freaked out. The Twinnies, they just argued and argued. And they didn't pay attention because other teams were going like, oh, the Cowboys went there. Oh, these guys went there.
Yeah, and then they left.
Let's go there.
So the Twinnies did not figure out that the clues are in the evenly marked cars. They just kept arguing about it and getting into a negative, an odd numbered car. Thank you. And this is a point where I actually had to turn the volume off on my TV because listening to the two of them go natter, 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 I thought, oh my God, please be done.
Yeah, that was not, in my opinion, that was not good TV because that was really annoying.
It was very annoying.
But they came last.
They came last.
And they're
gone.
And
Bye.
the Twinnies are gone. And as you can tell, as you know from other things you have not seen yet, Gord does not like the Twinnies. I said he hated them in her thing. He doesn't hate anybody. He does not like them because they stole money.
That's right. I don't like their ethics are wrong.
Yes.
They might be wonderful people outside of the race, but in the race they're setting the wrong image. And now they're not in the race, so there's no image story.
So that's good. So everybody's pretty happy. I bet a lot of people are happy. The Twinnies are gone.
Twinnies are gone. The YouTubers are in last place now. That's
Cowboys
good too.
were first.
Cowboys are first.
Mark and Mallory did pretty well. They were third, fourth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they
think
did
so,
pretty
yeah.
well. All the other teams did reasonably well. You know, I was surprised the Globetrotters. They're also physical and Globetrottery. They weren't that great. They were barely there.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of emphasis on them.
Yeah.
And the other thing there wasn't a lot of emphasis on, I didn't notice a lot of emphasis on the father and son. You know,
David Connor.
Yeah,
Yes.
David Connor. Surviving cancer, which in their last run, there was a lot of emphasis on it. This run, it's like, it's been mentioned, it's done, they're moving on.
Yeah.
I like that.
That was good.
You know,
Well done.
that was good because you're not trying to milk sympathy out of anybody.
Yeah.
So that's good. Now, we'll see how the rest of the season progresses.
Okay.
But so far, so good.
Okay. What do you think is? Take a guess who's up next.
Who's out next? Probably the YouTubers.
YouTubers.
I think so.
Yeah.
They have a tendency to be a little misdirected,
Lost.
especially Joey. He's all over the place. I'm not really keen on Joey. Megan's okay, but I don't understand how they get millions of viewers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we get 22 or something.
And we get 22. So, those of you who are watching, tell all your friends to watch so we can get to 44.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And we'll see you next week for episode 2. And I don't know where they're supposed to be. Probably still in China. And somebody loses a backpack. Mallory does. So
Yeah, that's not going to be good.
odds are when they show the bad stuff, there's other bad stuff that happens to anybody else.
Yeah, usually.
That's how it usually works.
That's usually how it works. And hopefully it's not something that they can't recover from. They'll have to go back. They may end up dropping back in the pack a little bit, but hopefully they're not out.
Yeah. So for Bopper.
For Bopper. There you go.
There you go.
All right.
See you next week.
Meow.
There we go.